Hey guys, what's up? So this reading is going to be for Pisces. Hope you guys are doing well. I feel like I'm off center, but it's okay. All right. Let's see what's going on with Pisces. I was just listening to Say Love You song, the Bewitched song. Say you will, say you won't. Say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Say I love you. Anyways, nothing about that. Okay. So, hold on. There's something about balance, but I need to see if it's either things are coming into balance or things need to come into balance. Maybe you're in the process or mentality, or is this going to be the overall energy of wanting to bring things into balance? You're in a state of, okay, I get it now. Bring a state of perfect harmony into your world and doing so without judgment. Okay. So I think right now you've come more into the power of knowing what your purpose is and knowing that you have to bring yourself into balance in what's ever going on in your life in order to bring it to pass, and needing to discipline your thoughts more in order to move into a mentality, a state of being, in love. You might be looking for love, or you might just understand now that your purpose has to do with love, which all of ours does, and you're changing to be able to, you're committing to practice to looking at things differently and disciplining your thoughts and being able to see the good in all things. And with this change, it's going to be able to bring more trust. You're understanding that nothing can grow or evolve without change, without movement, without doing something different. And having gratitude for it. You're thankful for the life and the opportunities that it's presenting right now. And I think for a while you've had to come into balance, but there could have been judgment about other people, about yourself, that was in the way of letting you do that. Does that make sense? Letting you do that. Hold on. What was the reason? Pretty much the same card too. Okay, so I think you have a truth, which has to do with your purpose, right? And it's intuitively coming to you more and more. You're having more insight on it. It's flowing more freely. It's like, has to do with your heart chakra, which has to do with love. And it's number 19, which breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1. So it's like you're ending this cycle of being judgmental on yourself. I feel like it's more like you were judgmental on who you were, how you were, things that people didn't really know about you. And it had to do with your purpose. Like maybe like you have to do something that has to do with your purpose that like nobody would think that you would do, or that you'd be able to do, or you were embarrassed about it. It could have brought in some shame. The expression that you want to put out into the world and show up who you are, was bringing you some kind of shame or judgment on yourself, or you being nervous people were going to judge you. And that was giving you an imbalance in trying to change more of yourself into your purpose and moving into a state of love. See, now, like, if you're committing to practicing to seeing the good in all things, obviously, like, there's judgment on that, right? But seeing now, what was it, life lessons? These are all like surrender. It's another heart chakra. That's actually a heart chakra. Yeah, it's heart chakra. If you don't know how to, like, about a Kundalini awakening, look into that. You could have something to do with, like, a dragon or a raven or a crow. This has something to do with your spirituality. I mean, most things do. But it's like, she has a little thing on the top of her head. And it's like, that's like where her third eye is. And it's underneath purpose. But your vision, oh, wait. Okay, so yeah. So 10 is completing a cycle. But then if you do, 10 and it breaks up to 1, oh my God, sorry, which is like new beginnings, new innovative solutions, creative ideas. Your intuition is just really like flowing, and you have this insight of how you want it to look. You might be seeing signs and synchronicities, symbols, some kind of like craft. Maybe you're into like crafts, like either like crafts and what am I trying to think, like, like when you make stuff, crafts. What am I thinking of? Something crafts. I can't think of it. I don't know why. Or like maybe you're more into the occult. But like, see, like this is number 9. Like it's like the visionary is number 9. Then you have the oracle, the forecast. Like there's something, I think, of your purpose that you might be supposed to be telling, like a forecast, like, like you have news, like, of a vision. And like I said, like 19 equals 10, which is, the visionary is 9. So it's like, you have this vision, right? Like that's number 9. And then you bring it to like a forecast of like bringing it out into the world. And that's 10. And then it completes. But it's saying like, okay, so the balance thing, like without judgment, right? It's like surrendering and letting go with self-compassion for yourself in this change of evolution and growing and moving into that and embodying whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing right now. There needs to be some kind of like surrendering, which is 23, which is 5, which means change, which it's literally underneath change. So something in your life is changing that has to do with your purpose, bringing yourself more into harmony, into your own world of love and gratitude, and seeing the new opportunities in it with this vision. But your purpose has to do with like speaking your mind, like a forecast, like bringing news, like, yeah, like, so, okay. So this balance that, no, I'm going to leave it there. This balance, okay. I wasn't expecting these to come up. So you could have had some kind of like envy, like being envious of somebody, or jealousy, or, geez, like what the heck just happened? Okay. Or somebody could felt like this about you. I feel like it's you because it's like, we won't use the word envious or jealous. We'll just use, they have something that you want or you wish you could already be like. What the heck is going on? Yeah, a surrender again. And happiness is on the bottom, but it's in reverse, which I don't really do that with these cards. But technically it'd be like you're in a place of unhappiness. But you're moving into, balance. So anyways, so there could be somebody maybe you used to be friends with and you're not friends with them anymore, and it's like you're not envious of them, but like you're upset in like in a sad way, or upset even in maybe in a mad way that like they're moving along their purpose and like you're not, or like you were really good friends and something happened and you're kind of like looking at them like, what the heck? Like, why aren't you bringing me with you? Like, what happened? They could have said something or chose something over you. But it's like saying how, like, everybody is the same. It's just with different challenges. And all of us are in a different alignment. And when you're in a different alignment with somebody or something, you have to get in alignment and match that energy in order to come back together. Or to attract something to you that, you know, is what you want. But I feel like it's not really even envy. It's more like grief. You know, there could be denial about this. There could be some kind of fear. And I think that when you come more into balance and you stop judging either yourself, this person, or something else, status quo, social society things, you know, things that may not align with you, but are part of your purpose, which is love. So it's like maybe this envy or denial, being grateful for what it is you already have, who it is you already are, and the opportunities that life is presenting to you or going to be presenting to you, rather than being upset about this person being further along than you or something like that. But instead of being like mad at them or envious or whatever, like there's denial in it. Like it's like there needs to be some kind of like insight, like awareness of what it really is, and forgiving this person or yourself, which also could be what needs to come into balance. And acknowledging that harboring any kind of resentment blocks the flow of love, actually. So it's like, that's what needs to change. You're supposed to be visionarying love in seeing good in all things, and speaking your purpose and surrendering to change and being grateful for the imbalance in order to come into this awareness, this insight, whatever it is. But grieving over something is always an opportunity to appreciate it. Like, I'm not saying you didn't appreciate it or this person didn't appreciate you. It could be vice versa. I just feel like it's you. It's gonna bring in growth. Yeah, see, friendship and loneliness and failure. So yeah, so friendship, obviously. So grieving over this situation, this friendship, is gonna bring some awareness. The denial, I feel like, isn't even technically about this person. It's about you. It's about your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. The envy is more like your root chakra, which is the base, which is security, safety, you know, stuff like that. That's where most of our trauma lies, is in the root chakra, which is like why I feel like it's telling you to come into the heart chakra, because these are like your energy, energy centers, and that's where the heart chakra is. And Kundalini is like a snake at the coil that goes up into all your chakras and then out. So with the root chakra being like an envy, change being sacral, denial being sacral, grief being sacral, forgiveness being sacral, but also throat chakra. So maybe there needs to be asking for forgiveness or telling yourself forgiveness again in order to say something. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to say anything though. But you have to understand that every friend comes into your life for a reason. They either teach you a lesson, for a life lesson, or, you know, whatever. Blame can also be a form of denial. if we blame other people, it's like you can't really blame other people, because it's like you have to take responsibility for yourself, your own actions, your own life. So it's like, if something happened between you and this person, there has to be a reason. You got to look into yourself. You can't blame it on the other person. And it could be something like denialism, like you don't want to look at it, like you don't want to admit to yourself that you did something wrong. See, shame. I had a feeling that was going to come up just because of the not being in balance and, you know, being ashamed of who you are maybe, or whatever it was that made you guys, you know, separate. But this is all going to bring up growth for you and expanding your consciousness into the awareness of the denial, where the denial is coming from and why there is denial and where it is at is in imbalance, so you can change it and no longer hide your face, step into the light with love. And that's going to be the change into your purpose. You might have to say something though, or you might feel like you're waiting for somebody to say something to you and you're like visionarying this to happen, but it's like saying like surrender and be grateful for what you already have. Be grateful for the friends that you already have. Be grateful for the life lessons. Be grateful for where you are now, right? This could be leading you into some kind of loneliness. Even if there's people around you, you might still feel lonely. But just know that you're never alone, okay? And show up for the assignments. Show up for the sacred assignments. And understand that if this friendship, yeah, that's funny. Not you, because that's funny too. It says witchcraft, which is, I was talking about craft. It's attracting a steady flow of abundance. But I was thinking of rebirth, because when the birth card came up, it's always 3, just like my dad. When the birth card came up, it's number 4, which is more like coming into stability with the balance, but like it's asking like you got to show up for the sacred assignments. Oh my God. And under that, like you have rebirth. But I was thinking rebirth, like coming into some kind of awareness of consciousness of seeing that, you know, whatever it is that you're seeing within this friend, or it could be in another aspect of yourself. It doesn't have to be a friend. But it's like the lost star. That's what it's called, Electra, this lost star 14, which is 5, which is rebirth, which is change, which is more like coming out of the darkness into the light. So it's like getting out of the energies of denial, forgiveness, grief, envy, and coming more into this loving, balanced, grateful, growing, learning that failure is an opportunity for mistakes. So if it's like, if something happened between you two, look, this person could be a teacher for you, which is number 1, which is taking a leap of faith, pretty much a new beginning. So this person could have helped you in some kind of healing way and reflecting into exactly what I just said. But learning what it is that's making you envy of them, or mad at them, or what's causing the imbalance, what's taking away from the love, and seeing the good in all things. So seeing the relationship for what it was when it was good, or like seeing how like maybe you're envious of this person or in denial because you actually really do love them a lot, and whatever happened is actually hurting you. But this brought you into the rebirth kind of energy, out of shame, knowing that you're going to be birthing new crafts, ideas, potentials, changes, opportunities for yourself, because you nurtured and nourished your mind, body, and soul. And like I said before, you held the mirror up to you to see, accept, love all of you. So it's like even the love for somebody, for other things, seeing the good in other things, you got to also see it within yourself, because you can't really see love and good things in other people unless you can within yourself. And I'm not saying you don't, but maybe there just needs to be more of it and more imagination rather than indecision and worry and self-esteem and doubt. Because you are somebody that perseveres and you do what you got to do to survive into coming into this more like loving heart chakra, like crown chakra energy, which the indecision is also like crown chakra, root chakra. So from like, and that's like the root chakra bottom, like crown chakra, like spirituality, enlightenment, you know? So in indecision, when I tell people indecisiveness, like what it means to me, the reason why a lot of the times I can be indecisive is because my whole life, obviously as a child, like I was brought up by other people. Like I was young, I didn't have a choice in my decisions. Like everybody made my choices for me. So when you aren't giving the knowledge or having a good influence on you as a teacher, I don't mean like teacher, like it could be like your parents, like a friend, like anything like that. If you don't have that kind of like influence, like, and they're not stable, the decisions that they're going to make for you could be toxic. They could be putting you in unsafe situations. And you could be feeling like this right now out of indecision of where to persevere in this situation. Like, and I don't mean like go back to your friend. I mean like maybe getting out of this energy and persevering towards change of love into balance for your purpose. And these energies, the self-esteem, worry, indecision, doubt, denial, envy, grief, needing forgiveness, and failure is what's holding you back from this balance into your purpose, into changing, into seeing all the good things within yourself. So imagination, again, I feel like it has to do with how you word things. There's something that has to do with your purpose. And it's like, you know that anything you put your mind to, you can succeed in. But I feel like this indecision and worry is in the way, and self-esteem and doubt, but more those three things from, no, I guess doubt too, from being able to use this imagination to create new things, like embracing and again nourishing, just like healing your mind, body, and soul, like the creative aspect of your mind, like left, right, brain, you know. It's like asking, like, get more out of your logical mind and get more into your intuitive and creative side, and realize that trauma, which again, the root chakra, which is like the trauma, whatever. Like, see, like, okay, like, see, like, it's kind of like an eye straining, which is also like your third eye intuition, like it having difficulties opening up, knowing which way to go, you know. But it's also like there's something in there and it's orange. So it's like the sacral chakra. But I feel like it has to do with forgiveness and grief needing to change out of all this denial and envy, worrying. Okay, so indecision. So back to that. So knowing that the direction to go in is the one that feels safest to you and the right one. Like worrying, learning, like, there's no reason to worry because it doesn't change the outcome. And I think you might be doubting yourself and you need to release the need to know all the answers because it's hurting your self-esteem. So, like, you could, like, maybe even not understand what happened with this person and why you guys aren't friends anymore. Or, like, what you might be blaming yourself, or they could have told you what the reason was, and, like, you don't understand because, like, you know, like, I'm not saying maybe, like, maybe or you are a good friend, you know, and so you're like, why did this happen with this person? And maybe it's, like, specifically why this person, right? But they're there to show you something, and I think it had to do with, like, a healing of judgment. And again, it could have been judgment on yourself because of the self-esteem. Maybe, like, this person is more, like, grown and knows who they are, and maybe you feel like that it hurt your self-esteem, but, like, it's like you think that they can do more than you, that they're more powerful. And it's like, since they didn't want to be your friend or you had to cut them off, it's like, where the self-esteem, like, where are my gifts, maybe? Like, you do possess the gifts of the soul that benefit others, which is what your purpose has to do with. Yeah, you embody the divine feminine, which is intuition. It's about emotions. And maybe you're blocking your emotions off, which is the forgiveness as well. Unconditional love. Goodness, me, guidance, balance, freedom, a new opening. Okay, so I'm going to take a new opening, unconditional love, goodness, me. Oh, wait. Why is there two goodnesses? Okay. Guidance, balance, freedom. Freedom from faith. And I wanted to see. Okay. So, a new opening, right? When one door closes, I am confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Yeah, like, there needs to be, like, courage and positive action taken for yourself. And it's saying, like, for me, I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to honor and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. Yeah, so that had to do with, like, the self-esteem and, like, the balance of inviting harmony into your world. And then balance, I find a balance between each sphere of my life, left and right. I am the master of my daily life. That's taking away the blame on somebody else and responsibility on your own. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. That's healing. There was some other nurturing, imagination. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. Again, I already said something that, like, was towards that. Unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment and towards others. Forgiveness. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. Light, love, right? I said that. Seeing the good in all things. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. Then we have two goodnesses, which is all about the heart chakra. The only reason why I took both was because both of them sounded good for this reading. I can't believe it's a half hour already. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. I can say so much to whatever, but we're at a half hour, and I'm not, The other goodness is I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. And we had positive something, action or something. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. Again, intellect, heart, it's mind over matter kind of. Stillness, whatever. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. Yeah, this all makes sense. What I didn't say with these cards, I hope you can see without me having to say it, right? Yeah, there needs to be attention put on this. And you have joy, listen to life, creation, action. All right? Okay, Pisces. I know that you'll get out of this energy. I'm not even worried about it. But I know doesn't matter if I worry about it or not. It's you. Okay. Not you worrying about it, but it's your life. You know what I mean? But as a Pisces, you generally are very intuitive. And right now you could be maybe even purposely, not meaning to, but subconsciously as a defense mechanism or a coping mechanism or of making yourself feel safe, you are blocking your intuition. Because when we block our intuition, more things come into awareness and into play and into our experience. Where was I going with that? What was I just saying? It comes into our awareness. What was it that came into our awareness? Oh my God, I forgot. It's telling me to intuition. Oh, maybe you don't want to see the reason for why this happened and look at yourself in the mirror and see. Because there's some shame here. There's some kind of guilt. There was guilt in the deck. I just didn't take it. And there was freedom. Regret. There's freedom. I saw freedom in the shuffle too. Peace, blame, discipline, failure, perseverance, peace, health, humor, happiness, success. There you go. All right, Pisces. Bye, guys.